We're back!
What the hell?
Where are we?
Wait, what?
They're back! It's Wizwardy Titanator!
Wait, we're still in your house, but
What, yeah, wait. Why is my... Did we just shrink?
I think so, man.
Well, that's awfully convenient, because the movie we were gonna talk about is Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
That's right.
So who shrunk us?
Your camera? I don't know.
Huh. Now that you mention about it, it kind of looks more like Rick Moranis' character's, Shrink Ray. Oh, that's kind of weird. Thank goodness the microphone manages to hear us anyways.
Yes.
So, I wonder will this wear off? Well,
I hope so. I don't want to stay small forever, man, do you?
no.
Right, well, while we're small, let's review Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah, so, this movie, so you picked this out at a video store. A big video store.
I did. Should I say the name or no?
HMV?
Yes, HMV.
I don't think there's any copyright with that.
No.
But, yeah, so this movie,
Yeah, this is one of the movies that we decided to watch today. There was like 3 choices.
Mm-hmm,
Honey, I
yes,
Shrunk the
there were.
Kids, 3 Ninjas, or Dick Tracy, and this one seemed appropriate. I mean, Rick Moranis is Canadian, and today is Canada Day, so why not? There's some Canadian content.
And with the Ghostbusters new movie coming out,
Yeah, that is true.
Rick Moranis was also in Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
But yeah, so,
this film.
did you like this film?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I grew up with this when it came out back in 1989, and it was a comedy mixed with some adventure and some drama at the same time. A lot of things going on, a lot of interesting, I guess, it's an interesting world where you're shrunk and you're going
Interesting perspective.
Yeah, that's the word. You're going into your own backyard, but it's completely different now. You're small, and you're dealing with nature. You're dealing with
And everything
insects,
is so much bigger than you.
lawnmowers.
Yeah, so, I've never seen Honey, I Shrunk the Kids in its entirety. I've seen it when it was being demoed at, I think, Walmart.
Okay.
Back then, I only saw the part where there shouldn't be any spoilers. They get attacked by an insect and they had to fight it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's even not spoilers, is the way I described it. But yeah, I've only seen bits of it, but not all of it. And apparently the part I was thinking about, where they're on a roller coaster, that might have been in the sequel. I think
It's
so.
possible, yeah.
Or something like that. But yeah, now I get to see it in its entirety. I gotta say, it's weird that it's a Disney movie, because in some ways, I guess it's magical like a Disney movie, but at the
Yeah.
same time... At the same time, it doesn't feel like a Disney movie. It just feels like a family movie, which it is.
Yeah.
But seeing it in its entirety, I enjoyed it. It felt very short. This movie was 93 minutes long.
Yeah, it's as short as we are right now.
God damn it. We keep this
Yes.
short.
But somehow we'll find a way back, guys. I
But
promise.
you know what? It felt even shorter. It felt like 30 minutes.
It did. It went pretty. I mean, it goes at a good pace, and there's always something going on, and there's a family drama at hand. Obviously, the children want to find their homes, even though they're pretty much right there, but they have a longer
The
way to
term
travel.
so close yet so far comes to mind.
What was it 3.5 miles apparently? In their
3.2 miles.
in their
perspective.
given their perspective. Yeah. But yeah. Overall, I think it's a fun movie. Honestly, it's there is a moral behind it as well.
Yep, and this is also another case where it's like when we were trying to talk about The Mask, it's a good movie, and it's
They
kind of
can't-
this... It's hard to talk about it, because you can't quite pick it apart, because especially if you enjoyed it. I mean, there were certain parts, like, one point where, what was it? Not Wayne, Nikki, like, was getting sucked into the lawnmower.
Yeah.
No big surprise. And you could see the wires in
In
the
the
background, and I was like... That kind of killed a few things. Oh, you know
Yeah.
what? There were a few other things in the movie where it was like our suspension of disbelief or whatever it was like. We're just like, nah, that wouldn't.
Yeah, the scorpion was the one thing that we can understand. Like
That always bothered
in a
me.
backyard, right? It's really rare to find a scorpion.
Because two things. One, if I had a scorpion in my backyard, that's one dead scorpion. And two, if there were scorpions in my backyard, I'd be like, oh shit.
It's pretty freaky, yeah.
I would not. Well, we don't get scorpions in Canada.
Yeah.
On Canada Day, especially.
Yes.
Yeah, so I thought the movie took place in Texas. Does it take place in Texas? I don't know.
It said the street they lived on was Sycamore, right?
Yeah,
But
Sycamore.
I don't know what city or state that's in. But
Some kind of sick.
yeah,
someplace where there's scorpions there.
But I think the special effects were pretty good
For its time, yeah, like it's meant to like just show the idea of it. Like you can clearly tell, like when they got shrunk and like when they were fixed, you could tell they rotoscoped or did something in the back
Yeah.
for it. But it was like, they're trying to get an idea across. We get it. We'll let it pass, especially for the time. And it's actually still kind of impressive too.
Yeah, the B scene was pretty cool.
Better than the RoboCop 3 jet scene.
Yeah, it's true.
It even looks like the same, but the B one at least had imagination to it.
Do you think the Cheerios, or the Wayne Stilinski is eating the Cheerios and his son's in there, but he doesn't see him yet? Do you think that was a pretty cool moment? I think that was pretty cool first time.
Interesting.
Product placement wise, that's probably one of the most memorable product placements.
That was a thing during that too. Like like it's a frame where he disappears. Like it's just like I guess he got sunk under the milk.
Yeah.
And, oh yeah. Now that you bring it up, the shrinking really bothered me. Like when the first time they shrunk, they went to like this nail next to it. If you dropped the nail on the floor, I would see that.
Yeah.
And like.
But they were smaller than that, apparently.
No, apparently.
And smaller than an ant, too, right? Because the ant was bigger than them, too.
Yeah, what bothered me is about some of the disbelief and believability, like that nail I was talking about. If you threw a nail on the floor and I, try to look at it, you would just see it. But the kids were, like, about the size of the nail, so, like, the size consistency was just really just...
it was a little bit off.
It bothered me a little bit. They would have to be even smaller, but that would make it so that they can't see it. But if they're too small, the movie would take even longer to go through the yard, which in that case they would be smaller than the ant.
Yeah.
And about the same size too. So there were bits that bugged me enough, but I didn't let it get in the way of the enjoyment of the overall message of the movie or just the fun of it all, where they try to go through the backyard.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, they wanted. They were trying to show there was a lack of communication between the families.
Yeah, with like the Thompson family,
Yeah,
where the father thinks he knows everything, but he's not.
Like he wants his son to be like him and everything. And then you mentioned the part where, Wayne Zielinski is on the grass and he's not calling their names, which would have made it easier maybe to find them, right?
That is another thing. Like there were so many solutions to solve this like predicament for them aside from the size thing. Like let's say he really didn't see them and threw them out because it was like when they were in the grass in the yard. I was telling you, like, if I was his dad, I'd be like,
communicating.
Hey, kids, if you can hear me, I'm gonna put this thing somewhere, like, in the middle, like, where that stone is. Because, well, they're kids. They would know their own backyards. It's like, so get there as soon as you can, and I'll come back in 2 hours or something. And then I'll pick you up, and then I'll fix everything. Yeah. But no, they're just, like, all around.
I think they're just trying to show that, there was a lack of communication. I think when his wife came along, then they started calling their names, that made it a little bit different. But yeah, at the end of the day, they're trying to say that families are important, and you do have to put time in. You can't be preoccupied all the time.
With your own ideals, like
your own stuff.
Like with the dad, where it's like, I want you to be on the football team. We're gonna go fishing. We're gonna have fun. So he's shoving his ideals on someone. On especially his own son, and his son doesn't want to be. He just wants to do his own thing. Even though at some point, like he's kind of like not like a prick, but kind of like just like, oh, you lazy son of a bee.
Yeah, they did hint at the laziness too. Like you mentioned, Nicky is trying to get his friend to cut the grass for him.
Oh yeah,
and that almost backfires.
The consequences of that was like they almost got chopped up later on. So it's like don't skip on your responsibilities.
Yes, you have to be responsible. Well, I don't know what else can we say, man. We're trying to.
Effects were good. The actors were, they were right. They were in characters.
I don't know if they came back in any other films, did they?
You said not in the other, not in the
sequel,
sequel.
no.
Rick Moranis is
he
pretty
came
great.
back.
Although, compared to all the other stuff I've seen Rick Moranis in, like say Ghostbusters, what was it? What was that Star Wars parody? Spaceballs.
Spaceballs, yeah.
Flintstone. This one he seems a little tame, still quirky, but kind of. Oh god, the dog's name is called Quark. And I was playing Virtue's Last Reward, where a character's name is called Quark.
Yeah.
Which is relevant to the movie because Quark is like the smallest matter in the universe, and I was just like.
Well, it's good. It was good that you remember that.
Oh my god! Watch out for that ant!
Oh no! Damn it! So is that it?
No, no. Well, thankfully, remind me to kill that ant when we get back to regular size.
Okay, yes, we'll do. Well, we have to figure a way out of here, man. What are we gonna do?
I know. By the way, that ant scene was while it was touching, I was like, really? They befriended an ant? That's just a little too Disney magic right there. But
Well, I guess.
this movie can bother you on another level, but the overall, like, it's an enjoyable movie. Would you recommend the movie?
Yeah, if you want to have a good time, it's a pretty fun movie. But obviously, yeah, you do have to suspend your disbelief for this film. There are some moments that don't really make sense, but hey, most movies are like that.
Yeah, like comic book movies.
Yeah, comic book movies.
Okay, I would also recommend it too, but I would only watch it like once in a while. I don't really see myself watching it again because now it's like you learn the character. The characters are all friends at the end. I don't want to see them go through the whole argument and through the events again because that just feels a little repetitive. Like I'd watch it again if I had like kids or like people who didn't watch it, and like I would do that. But other than that, I do recommend watching it at least once in your life. It's a pretty fun movie.
Yes, it is. And just to mention, at one point they actually had a kind of like a theme park at Disney World for this film.
Really? Oh yeah, Walt Disney.
Yeah, the Honey I Shrunk the Kid set there. I remember, I think I was 7 at the time, and they had the bee in one section. I think they had the ant, and you could actually, you could see it and
Bug's Life.
Some of the so it's kind of cool that they had some of the sets there at Disney World. Then, well, I mean, it is made by Disney, so I guess you'd expect that back in the day. But yeah. All right. Well, we have to get out of here, man. Speaking of Disney World, how are we gonna get out of this predicament, man? It's not good.
You remember that thing where they're talking about a moon? Now we just need to have a wishing star and hope someone saves us. Like in Pinocchio?
Yeah,
It's like if you wish up on a shooting star.
if I wish.
If I wish upon a star, make us big and
I will go far. I don't know.
Then. Do you want to say anything about the DVD? Now that I think about it, the DVD you got was kind of pathetic.
Yes, it was very bare bones. I think they shrunk the content. There's no French option. Even though they talk about French class, that pun keeps coming back in this film because he's one of the kids saves
His sister.
saves his sister, and then
Russ.
Yeah, Russ, was it Russ?
Russ saves the girl, Nick's big sister.
Yeah, and I guess he was saying he learned it in French class because French kiss, I guess.
That's what I was thinking.
That's probably
too.
what he was thinking.
But yeah, the DVD content is really small.
Yeah,
it just has subtitles, which aren't even that good.
Nah.
Most of the time it is. And you know what? They didn't even call it subtitles. They called it English captions for the hearing impaired.
Yeah.
I feel like, why can't you just say subtitles?
Speaking of which, people are going to have a hard time hearing us right now.
Yeah, well,
Given how small we are.
hopefully some way I will find a way to edit this.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have to jump on the keyboard a bunch of times.
Yes.
But yeah, go check out
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, if you haven't seen it yet.
what he said.
But promise we'll be back, and yes, we'll be back. Bigger,
Somehow.
Bigger, better.
Faster,
than
stronger.
than ever. Yes. Right, guys. Peace. We'll be back.
Okay. How are we gonna get down here?
What do you gotta eat? How are we gonna eat it? That's the thing. It's gonna be huge. Whatever we're gonna eat now.
Well, we're not starving for a while. Hey, let's go get that sub sandwich I was eating earlier.
Yeah, that sounds good. Let's do it.
Hey, let's get down through through my microphone's wire. At least we'll get close to getting down.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
And we got down through my camera wire, and then we can use my PlayStation controller to get up to the sandwich, and then we'll figure out something there. Hey, Canadian Dry. Now we just need to puncture a hole into it. Actually, I don't think so. We just need to knock it over and then drink the droplets.
Yeah, good idea. Let's do it.
Big video store.
It did. Should I say the name or no?
HMV.
Yes, HMV.
I don't think there's any copyright with that.
No.
But yeah. So this movie.
Yeah, this is one of the movies that we decided to watch today. There was like 3 choices. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, 3 Ninjas, or Dick Tracy, and this one seemed appropriate.
Ninja, because the movie we were gonna talk about is Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
That's right.
So who shrunk us?
Your camera? I don't know.
Huh. Now that you mention about it, it kind of looks more like Rick Moranis' character's Shrink Ray. Oh, that's kind of weird. Thank goodness the microphone manages to hear us anyways.
Yes.
So, I wonder will this wear off? Well,
I hope so. I don't want to stay small forever, man. Do you?
no.
Right. Well, while we're small, let's review Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah, so, this movie, so you picked this out at a video store.
We're back.
What the hell?
Where are we?
Wait,
What?
They're back. It's Where's the Detonator?
Wait, we're still in your house, but
what, yeah, wait. Why is it like, did we just shrink?
I think so, man.
Well, that's awfully convenient.
I mean, Rick Moranis is Canadian, and today is Canada Day, so why not? Do some Canadian content.
And with the Ghostbusters new movie coming out,
Yeah, that is true.
Rick Moranis was also in Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
But yeah, so,
This film.
did you like this film?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I grew up with this when it came out back in 1989.